What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media servers? I'm your boy Josh with MOFO RC, and we are here with some freaking scale rigs on the rocks for ya, buddy. Here we go, SCX24 base, Yoda build. This is Craig's rig. He's like, dude, you want to drive some scale? I didn't bring any scale rigs to drive, of course. So I said, heck yeah, dude. So, of course, I get put in front, and I'm driving a rig I never drove before. And I'm like, hey, dude, these guys already been playing. I was late. I roll it over right here, back up. Got caught on that log, pinched it between the fender, broke Craig's rig. Oh my gosh, dude. I just got there, the guys again. They had been there down here playing on this stuff. They're like, yeah, we would have told you it's like impossible. Sorry, dudes. And I broke his rig. I felt so bad. I texted him later. I'm like, sorry, bro. I was like, I got some CVDs if you need them. He's like, no, it's cool. I've already broke like 4 or 5 on that rig. So there you go. Chalk it up, bro. But that's what happens when you have super thick or sharp fenders. The wheel just catches in there. Break your CVDs every time. But let's go. This is Sammy and the Ripper. This is the whole reason I pulled out the freaking camera, dude. Look at this thing. Beautiful. He's got like 8,500% overdrive. The front wheels spin like 32 times faster than the rear. I don't know how that percentage adds up, but you do the math, it works out. Probably not. But look at it. Look how front. Look at the front one's clear. Hella good. Rear tires, they didn't even go full rotation yet.
It grabs traction every time. I
guess the rear tires aren't spinning.
Let's go, dude. So it is not really beneficial to run over, 50% is a lot. 50% overdrive is a lot, or underdrive, whichever you want to call it. It's a lot. So 30, the normal, like a 12 tooth in an SCX24 is a lot. So he's running under and over. So I don't know what underdrive gear it is. He didn't even know. So, but it looks like he's like just like right here. He's running complete dig. Look, the front wheels are just crazy spinning, and his rear tires are just barely creeping up the hill. So maybe we'll have that change next time, right, Sam? He tried it though. He gave it. He's like, well, if a little's good, a lot's got to be better, dude. Hell yeah. Maybe not so much. It works kind of that way, but not really. No, most things don't. Most things have a balance of how much. Like it's just like wheel size, tire size. We're running all these ginormous 72, 74 millimeter tires. And really, for the most part, they're too big. It does help on certain things and getting over, but at the same time, if you watch what the rig is actually doing, obviously it's rolling over things easier, but likely you lost angle by probably 5 to 15% or more, whether that's on a side hill or a vertical, just different things that you do lose. But there's obviously benefits, and it's fun, and they look rad, and it looks like a freaking monster truck, like this right here. This is not the best, most capable, especially for out here. So we swapped up, broke. This is Craig bringing me back. I am now driving the Mias rig in the front. Thing is killer, dude. And then we got the FX18P, whatever it is, the Fury Wagon, followed still by Sam and the old Ripper, dude. The thing looks badass. And, it's really doing pretty well. Again, I think that if he was properly overdriven, it would have done a lot better. It's just, again, it just makes it, you're just breaking way too much traction. So if you don't realize when you overdrive, you are breaking traction. That's what you're doing. So the point of it is to make sure that your fronts don't let go, that you always stay more engaged in the front than in the rear, because especially on the little cars, but anytime when you're rock crawling, you're going to start to weight the rear tires. As the rear tires weight, you're going to want to pull you off the hill. So if you can make sure that your front tires are pulling more than that's happening, it's going to help you to go up the hill. So on a normal crawler like a crawler like this, I don't know, you probably don't need it, like it's probably beneficial to not necessarily, a little bit of overdrive or, even up to 30%, but at the same time, there will be things that you can do better without it. So side hilling in general, you're going to better it. Also, it's just a better feel overall because you never lose traction. You know, you're not breaking traction. So, you know, again, when you are applying overdrive, you are breaking traction and you can feel it. So it just depends on how your rig is set up. You know, you could kind of feel like it more drags the rear end, or it may look like Sammy's rig, where the front end is like trying to run away, but it can't. That's hella funny. It's like, let me go, let me at him, let me at him. The rear end's like, no, easy, take it easy. Oh, Craig, come on. All right, here we go, Sam. Let's go.
Yeah, I would, man.
He's a diff skid in there,
What you
dude.
powering it with?
That thing is gorgeous, though. Oh my gosh. It's already, watch it by the end, though. Sammy tore the crap out of it. This is not a good place. Not a good place for scale rigs like this if you're going to drive like we do. Gee whiz. So, both this and the Mias with the giant tires would do incredibly better out at the river that we normally run at, you know. So, and out there you're looking at rocks anywhere from, you know, about the size that we're on here, but it's not on concrete. You know, it's just on, you know, gravel, sand, gravel in between the rocks if there is in between the rocks, you know, and it doesn't beat the cars up. And it's also not on, you know, a 40 to 45 degree, you know, side hill already. Maybe not. Maybe it's only like 30 degrees. But there's definitely places that are probably about 45 degrees, and it really actually messes up your, you know, your siding of the car, especially if you stand on the high side, because it's already on an angle, and then you're trying to approach an obstacle that doesn't look too crazy, but it's because you're gauging it by the 30-degree angle that it's already on. So it looks like it's only like 20 degrees or whatever, 30 degrees, like, oh yeah, we should be able to hit that, but then you pull up on it, and you're like, oh, wait a second. And it's just because you're already on an angle. And it sometimes makes it, you know, so it doesn't look crazy, but it's because of that. Nice save. Here we go. Showing off the skills. It is so hard to use this freaking radio, by the way. It's a GT5. It's a nice radio, but it's just, I'm used to a much smaller radio. It's much easier for one-handed driving, and but, you know, it's definitely a nice radio, but I did not like it at all. So hard to control. Craig's settings are much different than mine, and so definitely struggling. Plus, that truck, holy crap, it's spicy as crap. It's got an actual full-size Bama in there. It's a ripper, which is crazy because it slow crawls amazing. You know, so that's something I've said before. I do not like the BAM in an SCX24, but in the Traxxas, it is freaking killer. So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a bigger rig. It's a 1/18th versus a supposed 1/24, you know, and so on the SCX24 axles, I do not like a BAM. It doesn't even, I couldn't even get mine to slow crawl. I tried all kind of settings just on 2S, and it still just would not work. But you can see right here, it crawls so good. So, you know, it is very smooth. I'm not doing the greatest job with it, but it is slow. It is very torquey, and it is super duper fast. So on bigger axles, check out the freaking MOFO BAM if you want some torque, power, and speed. Wow. So in the rear we have, bringing up, this is the Fury Wagon or whatever, Fury Wagon. Definitely pretty awesome rig. Going to be based off the CR18P axles. I haven't really taken a look at it too much, but it is definitely a very cool rig. I definitely know that the CR18P axles are very good. Their drive shafts suck ass. It's the only thing on the CR18P that I would say that I was really disappointed in them with. Everything else in the rig, they have very creative things. They're very, like their chassis is, on the Hobby Plus CR18P, their chassis is like almost just an LCG chassis from the beginning. They set it up very, very well. They do great things. I have a lot of appreciation and respect for Hobby Plus and the CR18P. So that's why I think FureTech, you know, they were running with the Cayman and the FCX24, and, you know, seeing this, you know, I think they made a good choice. I would select the CR18P axles over an FCX24. I think they're just slimmer, thinner. They just look clean. I think the internals from the factory are stronger because, well, it may be different now, but when I was purchasing both, the 18P came with an all metal drivetrain, The weak link in that is the transmission if you did not get one with the metal gears. So, but again, I hadn't checked in all this stuff for so long. Out of the loop, dude. We've been running Slayers. We've been freaking building. We've been doing crazy things. So, I got to list Todd Onick about the CR18P. We will get there, dude. We will get there. I have to go through all of the parts. So, I have TRX4M next. I have the parts drawn. I'm waiting on parts to get here so that I can build something cool. So, because the drive shafts in this TRX4 are just too short. I don't want to build anything that short with those axles. If we're going to build something with the TRX4M, it's going to be bigger. We're going to build a long at least, and it's going to be rad. We may build a long plus. That's for sure what we're going to build, a long plus. Because I think that's what it needs to be. And we may build an extra long at some point. We may try that. But for sure, I think that it needs to be a long... Oh, no, Sam! Do you see his nuts? Just one nut. A wheel nut. Come on, dude. Get your head out of the gutter, bro. Oh, my gosh. Look at these shots, though, bro. Oh, my gosh. Not my best filming of, not my best filming ever, You know what, dude? It's okay. Early in the year, we're gonna, we're doing our best. We're gonna continue to progress through the year to continue to get better. No, I'm just kidding. It's just one of those days. One of those days. Not the greatest filming, but I thought we did have some really good shots. I thought that we did stay together. I think probably the biggest reason that the filming was not the greatest is I'm driving rigs that I'm not used to. It definitely makes a difference to be in a place that you're comfortable with, and with driving a rig that you're comfortable with. Just makes it way easier to film and keep stuff on screen and whatever. I know when I'm trying to do stuff or whatever, especially if I'm holding it in my hand and you're trying to do something super technical, you can pretty much guarantee that it drifted away. Pretty much guaranteed, bro. Like, if I got it, if it's something I got and it's normal and whatever, it's, I can breathe or whatever, I'll be fine. But as soon as I stop breathing, bro, the thing is going to move, I promise. And I'm probably going to stop breathing if it's getting hard. Something that you shouldn't do, but it's one of those things that if you're not conscious of it, you probably, well, I do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're an always breather, never stressor or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes you just find yourself holding your breath. You're like, dude, just breathe. It's okay. Just breathe.
Come on, bud.
So let's go, dude. It was my fault. I led us over here, bro, on this crazy task. This is definitely asking a lot. We have these routes that we take. I drive Slayers pretty much only lately, and so, I don't really think too much of going up this. At the same time, I'm pretty sure the freaking tough truck makes it up this, so... But it's just the only reason it's not making it up right now is just because it's running those ginormous tires. He just makes it like it's a shorter vehicle is what happens, is the way it feels. So if you put something like normal, like more scale for the rig, something down around a 60, would be a lot better. A 58 or a 60, some scramblers on that Nias rig with the Traxxas axles, it would go right up that, I can promise you.
And that's a high grip surface on the
Just
bottom.
those tires are huge, though. They are incredibly grippy, though. The DJ Crawler tires, all of the ones that I've tried, I have really, really liked. It would be rad to see them come out with something in the 62 range. 60, 62 to battle the scramblers. That would be really, really cool. So that just brought something to mind. Man, we got an incredible amount of parts on the market. Bros, we gotta step it up and continue to shout out. If you have not, shout it out. Share it with your homies. We got to get more people into this hobby to help support all these other people that are making stuff, and so it takes people to support this hobby. And obviously that there's a lot of money in the hobby, but at the same time, we have an extreme explosion of parts and pieces and rigs, and oh my gosh, the RTR scene is gotten crazy. The aftermarket scene is incredibly crazy. And it's an awesome time to be in the hobby. So it's definitely something that, if you haven't, shared with a buddy, if you never, thought about playing with somebody, you're new to the hobby or whatever, dude, share a rig, You know, that's one of the reasons originally I had the 2-color Slayer. The 2-color Slayer pack was originally called a buddy pack. The whole thing was to buy one and get one half off. So you could, you know, you could have 2 to mix and match for colors, but then, you know, you would have, you could potentially build another cheap rig that, you know, you could share with a buddy. You know, and that was like the whole point of it, you know, because getting other people out and experiencing more than, you know, at the time, SCX24 was what it was, you know, and, you know, you know, it's cool, but it takes a lot of work to get it to be a lot of fun. And so, you know, putting it on a Slayer, you know, just a stock swap is way more fun than a stock rig, you know, and so, you know, that was the whole point of, you know, beginning to upgrade and all these type of things. So, however, you know, and I love the Slayers, but man, I've been seeing the bodies, and I don't know, I've seen a couple 10-scale rigs, and I was watching today, I took a second and actually watched a couple videos. I saw Exo Cage run riggy called Sam, and it is a mullet, and it is freaking sick. I watched a lot of Exo Cage back in the day, and I watched him build his ultralight Slayer, his ultralights and these type of things, and you know, run different in Thor and all these type of rigs. I don't know if you're familiar with the guy. If not, check him out. He runs a lot of cool stuff. So, but he, you know, this rig just killed everything he had. And, you know, had a body, and I really don't like the stage kill a body or whatever it is on there. I thought it was disgusting. Actually, I don't like it. Unfortunately, sorry, I don't mean to hate on you, but it's just square, and, you know, I don't know, dude. Like, what? I don't know. Oh. So, I apologize. There's no reason to be nasty, bro. Like, you know, I didn't like the body. That's all that needs to be said. So, somebody else might find it beautiful. So, there's no reason to be a dickhead. So, sorry about that. I got to do better, you know. I got to do better, you know. You know, I got to do better about how I talk about people if I'm going to be concerned about how people talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Right here, I'm coming off this ledge. Craig's like, you better go off the side. Well, I was like, oh, I'll go slow. He knows his rig. What I need to do is just bash off this. I need to just hold the trigger and just roll off there, and it would have just been just fine. There's no way that rig's going to... It's up way too heavy. There's going to be that point at some point that it just slips, and it's going to be no good. So had I just ripped the trigger, maybe I could have made it, because it does have a lot of juice. However, all that needed to happen, like right there, he just kept it moving. He also has basically dig. That's the one thing that he could do all day better than any other rig, is go downhill with that much overdrive, because it's like having dig. And that's the one time that you're really ever going to leave your dig on, is going downhill in some crazy steep fashion. So otherwise, you only use dig for going uphill, typically just to get your front tires to bite, and then you let it go and you go up the hill. And then if it starts to let go, then you hit it back again. We get the good bite down again, suck your rig down, and then hit the you know, let it go so that you are driving again. But when you're going down a crazy downhill, it can be a very good thing to go ahead and just drag the rear end all the way down, and it just keeps you stuck to the hill. So that's basically what Sammy's doing. So going up the hill, maybe not the best, but he can go down the hill with the best of them. Heck yeah, dude. He's going down. Well, no, he could go down. He's not going down. He's going up right now. Can't you see? But again, Sam, that thing is gorgeous. Has the hood already broke? I hope it's not broke, Sam. I hope it got fixed. I know you could glue it. I know you got skills. Oh, Craig.
Sam to the
Craig. So, man, Craig, I sure do appreciate you sharing your rigs with us, dude. Awesome scale rigs. So fun to play with. I know I got to build something scale, but, you know, I don't know if I can do it right now. I don't think I can. Well, I know I cannot do it yet.
Oh, we got to balance out. Sorry.
But I am really getting stoked about, like, Class 2, about what I need to do to make the Slayer a Class 2 rig. So, with a body. So I will work on that coming up. I will look into the more crazy rules and stuff like that, and make sure that I meet and make a comp specific Class 2 addition to the Slayer line. It will most likely just be add-on parts that you could add on for like your bumper or bumpers and these type of things. You just have a Slayer rails and it would just add on is most likely what I will do. You know, and then body mounts. So as far as that goes, we'll have to just start with a specific body that will mount, and then we'll go from there and try to open it up and see what other guys think the best body mountings would be. So this is what happens when you put Sammy in front. He's got a scale rig and he's attempting a Slayer line. Watch. Why do I say it's a Slayer line? Well, just watch. He's not going to make it. I can promise you. Watch. He caught on a D-ring. He backed up. He's trying it again. Caught on a D-ring. Okay, we made it past. Kind of. Not really.
Oh,
Nope.
God.
Done. Stop. Don't pull the trigger. Don't do it. It's tempting. Don't do it. Okay, so I saw him do that. I'm like, oh, okay. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So right there, yep, no, not gonna happen, dude. Not gonna happen. It's a Slayer line, buddy. But that's the one thing you can do with the body. It's pretty cool, self-right. Okay, here's a Slayer. But again, still much too big tires, I think. We went ahead and widened it out. It's got elbows. I don't know what the extensions are that come, or that MOFO has. Maybe they're +4 or +5. So that's what we got. They're patty weights on the front. Pretty freaking cool. And I don't know what weight we are. We're extremely heavy. Maybe like 530 grams. I don't know. I'll have to weigh it. Probably like 62% to the front. But look at these rigs. Oh my gosh. This is Sammy's new addition. He's got a stretch to the front, stretch to the rear, Traxxas axle in the front, FCX24 axle in the back. Both bugs running mullet style. Look at them perform. Both rigs are killer. So, but it's these guys, these freaking bugs and stuff like this. And, you know, I love running a body, dude. I don't know about running scale necessarily all the time, but, you know, running a body with chop fenders and stuff that's not in the way, definitely don't mind a cool looking battery cover. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, dude, I have a couple bodies sitting up. Somebody's getting a body this week, I think, dude. Just because I need something with a body. I've been missing driving with a body, dude.
I like the front
so something's going to be a body. And it's got to match these guys, or at least like the length and size. So it's not going to be the little truck body. I don't think that's not very fair. So we definitely have to go for a Class 2. So I have to look at that. I'm pretty sure you have to have, I don't know if you have to have bumpers in a Class 2. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. It should have bumpers in a Class 2 rig. But I don't know what everybody's rules are. We'll have to find out.
You got it, I think.
If people are running like Class 1, 2, 3, a Slayer will be in a Class 3, whether you run a body or not most of the time. So that kind of sucks, dude, you know, because you're like, you know, it's not very fair to run, you know, gates against a Class 3, a badass Class 3 rig in a badass Class 3 driver. That's not very fair because, you know, typically at this scale, you're going to have rear steer and, you know, you can do very well with a, you know, drag axle, but especially on a small course where you cannot reverse, it's just the rear steer is going to win. You know, it's just going to. It's just not fair. If you can hit up, you know, a bunch of circles and always, you know, never have to reverse, then the drag axle is going to make it just fine. It shouldn't be too hard unless you have some crazy climbs. So really, as a classification, the Slayer I would aim for, especially like this, as a sporty class, a sportsman or shafty class. You know, that's kind of like my idea, where you're just basically, you know, you have very limited deal, very limited rules, you know, but it's a drag axle number one, you know, so that is something that would be, you know, very important to have a fair battle. But at the same time, you can rear steer your Slayer. That's not what I'm saying. It's just to be, you know, in order to really battle head up, you know, you're going to need to run rear steer on a Class 3 rig. You know, so, but that just means that you know, it's just kind of harsh to, you know, just Class 3 for the Slayer. So, but if you have other guys and you're just running buddies, then who freaking cares, you know, and just run what you got at most competitions. So at the same time, some of those competitions, if you run a no Viper Slayer or whatever, the new setup and some of these things, you may be banned real quickly. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody may be making some rules. Just saying, dude. It's not very fair to run, you know, a Viper. Like if I had my Viper long running against like these rigs in a competition, running against a Cayman or whatever you ran. If you ran a stock rail rig, come on, dude. It's not going to be fair. Obviously, it comes down to driver mod at the end of the day. A great driver can drive anything, and it depends on the course. If it's not very hard, then what the heck? You don't really need much. But if you're going to have some, some tests or whatever, then, dude, the Vipers and, both Slayers are just insane. It's just this setup right now is not as good as I would like it. And so, I'm liking the other axles for something I would run in a competition personally. So if you were going to run rear steer, the X15s would be rad. Same with all the rest of them. They're all going to be about 45, 50 degrees. I've just been able to get quite a bit more than that out of a stock axle housing. Sorry. All right, here we go, Craig. Push it across this crazy little gap. You got it, dude? Ooh, pretty good, dude. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, come on. Step it off. Oh, that's right there where you would need angle because you need the front of the tire to hit, but it still may not be enough. Oh, that's all right, dude. That's all right. It happens. Am I going to flip in the Slayer, dude? If I flip in the Slayer, I quit. No, I'm just kidding. It happens, dude. Rip till you flip. Let's go, dude. Nice line. Nice line. Let's go, Sam. So Sam's rig is freaking killing it right here. I don't know what he was doing, what he was seeing, but he held it right there. The steering, he held it up, and it just crossed him up too much and just launched him off. All right, so there's a little bit of a cool line, dude. There's a little bit of a toughie. Nice. Sammy! All he needs to do right there is just turn back to the left. He's just holding the steering up the turn to the right, up the hill. A little bit too much. That's all that happened, dude. That's all that happened. Oh, I got a flip for you coming up. It was just silly, dude. I just slid sideways in the... I don't know what the hell. My bad, dog. Nice up, Sam. See right here, watch. So right when it goes sideways. So what happens right there, what I needed to do was just turn into the fall just right at the end. Or I just needed to pull the trigger and not sit there. That's all that I needed to do. So Craig's up a little bit farther. But he had his wheel going into that fall right there, which is the crucial thing. So when you hit sideways, it's not good. It's not good. And surprisingly, you would think that those big-ass rigs would be less stable, but you got to remember they're on a Traxxas front axle. That Traxxas front axle, especially they're weighted, is incredibly stable. There we go. There we go. There we go. But it's crazy how just something so small like that, if you just don't hit it right and you hit it and then slide sideways, it's just over. It's just over. But that's also, I'm running the Cedar and the freaking huge ass Python in the Slayer build. Not something I would normally put in a Slayer. It really does make it way more top heavy than it needs to be. And then running these giant tires, again, not helping it. They do grip incredibly well. Do really like the tires. Get out of the way, freaking Craig. So I don't know if Craig just broke right there or it was just time to switch. He didn't make it, so he's like, all right, dude, we're going to swap out. We're going to swap out. So right here, I am not looking good. I don't know where I was off, but I was off somewhere, dude. Get out of the way. Here we go. Sam, you got it, buddy. Is he going to pull up first time? First time? Not first time. Second time. This is what we call Craig's climb, by the way. Second time didn't go so good. Here we go. Third time. Third time. You got it, Sam. You got it, Sam. Ooh. Like it's nothing. Too easy, bro. Too easy, bro. And then what happens? When somebody does it so easy, what do you have to do right after them? You got to do it just as easy. So, not quite as easy. but at the same time, I had no momentum. It just walked right up. It's crazy how that happens, dude. How you can do that. How you can make something look so easy when it's like, if you don't hit it just that way, it's impossible. So rad. So Sammy's like, we got to check. Is this a fluke? Is this a fluke? You pull up there. Too easy, Sammy.
Back to back, Craig.
Great job, bro. Great job, bro.
How's it thing?
I was like, okay, you got that. Let's see you pull a ledge, dude. Can you pull a ledge? I don't know. That's my Sammy impression. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sammy! A little off to the side. Sammy freaking ripper up there, dude. He's got cedar python, cedar in there. I don't know what he's running it on. I don't know if he's got the python, but definitely a cedar motor in there. And he's got his punch up really high. Slow crawl. I forgot to talk about that earlier. His slow crawl sucks ass. You'll hear us talk. It just goes fuck, and then it's just like right into like a medium crawl. And it's just because his punch is up too high, most likely. Few setting changes, Sam, you get it all better. We got to slow down just a second. Make it look gnarly. Flex him out. Looking sexy. Nah, not so good. Here we go, Craig. You got him. Can you make it look sexy? Kinda. We got to work on those sections, guys. We got to flex it out. It gave you perfect opportunity to look beautiful. And you just chunked it up. Come on. Let's go. So this thing is super duper freaking wide with this, with the spacers in here, or with the patty weights. Super duper wide. Definitely for the width, wider than I want it to be. So you know what happens, dude. You know what happens when that happens. We're going to have to go longer. That's all right. That's all right. I got the links for that, dog. I got the links, homie. Looks like the crew likes the 60 or 72 millimeter pins, dude. I did like them, but I chopped them off. I think they're really cool with the big pins. I chopped them, and I really, really liked them when they were chopped. Right, you could see that they definitely pick up more sand. You know, being not quite as tall off the sand. You know, they definitely picked up a lot more. Okay, so we're trying this obstacle here. This is not, I've only made this like once ever, and I fell off to the side. I was running the CR18P Gladiator rig, I think is what I was using to make that. And I never made it again. I tried it with that rig and I could not make it again. So that kind of sucks. But I was like up like that, fell over, and then swung up and climbed up the rock on the right-hand side. So what stops you here is that Craig is actually probably the best setup if he could get his rear end to be up to the left. I say that I may have made this with a rear steer rig. I'm not positive. But you have to get your rear end up. See, he's just climbing that ledge on the right side, and it's not going to go up, dude. Like, it's just going to bite and flip you off, or just keep you from going up. Ooh. So with an extra long or double extra long, you might be able to reach all the way up to the top. I don't know. It's maybe possible. But even still, if you reach all the way up there, it's on a slope. And so you're still going to have to be climbing that nasty on the bottom.
Going up that deal.
I don't know that it's going to be possible. I'll have to try it. I will have to try it. Got another Yeti cooler in the back there. Freaking Sammy, that's rad. Pretty rad, guy.
You want to try it again, Craig? You want to leave it somewhere else?
All right, Sam, we're not going to make it. Take us somewhere else, dude.
You got it.
Take us somewhere else. Dude, look how spicy it is. Clean out the tires. Oh, too spicy. He's like, no, dude, I'm still in the leader, bro. I'm just cleaning tires. It's okay. If you call cleaning tires after you're flipping, you're just like, oh, no, dude, I was cleaning tires. I'm still in the lead. I don't think that's how it works. Dude, now he's in the back. Now he's humping.
Yeah, no,
So there's just no way, dude. With the sand all built up on the tires, there's just no way to pull up that ledge. Not going to happen. Don't have enough wheel speed. I'm trying, dude. Trying to clean the tires, but on 2S, the Cedar just does not have the punch. It does not have the power to really spin the tires. It's quick, but it's not super fast. On 3S, it's probably rad. Well, obviously you see it. On the tracks, it's spicy. Spicy. So I don't know. I would guess he's probably running not the crawl gears. I would like to see the torque that it actually has in that transmission. If you can run the Traxxas with just the trail gears, that'd be rad. Pretty rad. All right, dude. I'm gonna try to push up on this, bro, but there's just zero grip. Look at my tires, bro. Not good. Not good at all. Get out of the way, dude. Oh my gosh. Even on the next one, hella struggle over here. Let's go, Sam.
Not from that angle. If you come from over here, it's a little bit easier, but
freaking rad, dude. So, man, I sure do appreciate you guys. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm trying to get all the new Slayer stuff listed, like the Slayer that you see here. Trying to get all that stuff listed. Working on descriptions. As soon as I get done with this evening, I'll get back to it. So trying to get all that stuff done and get all of this stuff listed so that we can move on to the TRX, because I can't be starting to build a TRX if I don't even have the parts I've already built and everything that I've already done and listed. So it's not actually done if I don't have it listed, because I can't make any freaking money, bro. So anyways, we'll get all that stuff done so we can move on to TRX, so that we can do the FCX24 and we can do the CR18P, which I'm really looking forward to doing. So I don't know why I got put to last. It's just the order that it's going to go, and so I would guess it's probably going to be a month or so before we get to 18P, unfortunately. I would love to go faster, but we got a lot to do, buddy. We got a lot to do. A lot of rigs to build, a lot of tire parts to test, and make sure that we can suggest the right things to be able to come in kits and whatever. So actually, thinking of it right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to list just the Slayers by themselves. And then I will list, it's going to all be broken up so I can minimize the listings. So it's going to suck. You're going to have to double up, but then I will have like kit prices or like kit codes to save a little bit of money. So, just like how before I was bundling everything up, and then you obviously got a better deal when you bought the full entire everything versus just buying the parts individually. I will have some sort of code to be able to buy like the full kit, because just thinking about with everything coming up, I'll have so many listings if I listed a long one and a short one and a whatever. And so what I'm going to do is have it broke up into the different parts. So you would order a link set, you would order, or what I have is the SCX24 full send kit. And so it has everything in the kit for running the Slayer as an addition to whatever Slayer you want to run. So, so you could buy whatever Slayer. What are you doing, dude? Freaking rip till you flip, bro. What the heck?